Hi, my name is Marina Sweet, and I'm a senior taking this class. I've been doing most of my interactions, when I say most, I mean all of them online, because I have a conflict with the class. So here's my video talking about the paper topic that I chose to do the final paper on. I listened to the lecture and watched the video and thought that there were some pretty good ideas for topics that everyone else had started coming up with, and I'm interested in hearing what the other online participants have to say. But for myself, having studied abroad 4 different times and seen a pretty wide variety of animal agriculture in different countries, so I've been to Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, and Europe, so the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. So all of those places, I think all of them, I did manage to see a dairy farm on, and so that might be something that I focus on, particularly because I have a lot to compare, and I have a dairy interest, and that's what I'm planning to do with my life. Going to vet school to work with food animal medicine and particularly dairy cattle. So anyway, my specific topic that I'm going to be focusing on with this paper is organic farming, organic animal agriculture in other countries. It's a topic that I know is, I wouldn't call it sensitive, but it's a hot topic today with consumer perception, and I think that in the US, we are too strict with things, with the requirements for organic. So, for example, organic dairy farms are not allowed to treat their cows with antibiotics at all when they get sick, because then they would be no longer considered organic. So as soon as a cow gets treated with antibiotics, it is no longer, like, never in its life can it be an organic producing cow again. And so farmers will choose not to treat their animals that have something that can be fixed or cured easily, because it would ruin their organic status. Or some of the more interesting things I've heard of in the US, or organic dairies. A lot of times someone who owns an organic dairy will also have a conventional dairy, so when an animal at the organic dairy gets sick, they just move it down to the conventional dairy, treat it, and then it becomes a conventional dairy cow. So I think that's interesting, but I think the root of the issue then is that people are preferring to buy organic over conventional because they think it's better for them, or better for the environment, or better for the animal. But I argue that it is not. So in my study abroad experiences, I was able to learn about organic dairy farming. I think I learned the most about organic dairying in the Netherlands, because they have the European Union is moving towards organic for I'm still talking specifically about dairy, but I would like to do some investigating on other organic practices. But particularly with dairy, the European Union is less strict, I'd say. So still, well, they're strict with their regulations, but they are not as tight about the treatments. So their differences lie in the fact that the cows can be treated when they're sick, but only a certain number of times in their lifetime, and the concentration of treatment for the entire herd has to be below a minimum amount. And so to me, that makes a lot more sense than culling a perfectly healthy animal just because it doesn't meet the standards of your dairy anymore. And I understand that farmers have to meet requirements and follow regulations like that, but I think it just makes more sense if they're allowed to treat their animals rather than letting them suffer, or just be sick when it's easily cured. So the European Union, I think, is onto something with that, with their organic dairying. But with my paper, I'd like to investigate more about European differences as well as the other countries I went to, since I don't recall learning or taking much about organic farming away from it, and maybe it's not as big of an interest in a couple of the other countries I traveled to, but I would like to find that out. And then yeah, I think that's gonna be my main focus of this paper, is the difference. And then furthermore, with this topic, the fact that the world has become so globalized, so intertwined with trade and communication and just everything nowadays with technology that we have, organic regulations by country are going to vary, and so I'm interested in seeing how countries are compensating for that if they are going to be exporting product. So what it sounded like when I did like a little bit of research when I was writing my one-page summary with some literature behind it. It sounded like the European Union had different regulations for dairy products that were being exported to the United States because of our requirements for organic farms. So with all that being said, I'm looking forward to writing this paper, doing some research and getting something out of it, and then also hearing what everybody else has to say in the class. So thanks, and see you guys later.